Hello everyone, Joanne with stampinginthevalley.stampinup.net, and welcome to my craft room. I think this is one of the prettiest cards I've ever made for Christmas before, and it's all about this paper and this bundle. I just absolutely love that. Here's the inside. Came out really cute. This is my host code for October. If you order $35 in product by the 15th of October, I'm going to send you a package of this beautiful gold and rose gold metallic specialty paper. There are 8 sheets, so there's 4 of each in here. And let me show you some of the other cards I've done with this paper. Here's some poinsettias and just some elements right there. And I love those jars, right? Aren't they cute? I just love these poinsettias. And I have to admit, in here, I kept looking and looking and looking for something to add. And we're going, I'll go back to that card. But tonight I'll show you how, or tonight, whenever this video gets put up. This is the adhesive back seasonal sequins. Right now they're on unorderable status. But I know many of you already have them, but you can color them, the white ones. So that's what I'm going to do on the inside of this card. I used it right here with the spruced up bundle. And a beautiful background of gold there with that gorgeous green. I love that. Very traditional. And then this card also made those beautiful poinsettias. I actually made the poinsettias out of the set we're going to use tonight. So that's wonderful. Okay, now let's talk about this set. It's a hybrid set. There is a stamp set. There is an embossing folder that embosses and cuts, okay, with these dies. I love this set. So here are all of the dies, okay? And this is an outline of what's here in the embossing folder. Then you have this beautiful detailed die. And we're going to use this detailed die this evening. And then I used this one right here, and I just cut it out. I love it. It's stitched. I just cut it out of basic white for our sentiment. So, yes, as you can tell, it's on magnet sheets, so this is not going anywhere. I absolutely love this set. And you know, I know with some of my other videos this week, I've mixed up some other Christmas sets that, you know, of course went with this, and I've just had fun with all of the cards. So let's go ahead and start. Here's the host code right here for the month of October. Okay, and like I said, until the 15th, if you order $35 in product, that's before shipping and taxes, I will go ahead and send you a pack of this beautiful paper. And I'm even thinking about extending it to the end of the month with this paper with a $35 order, just letting it be the whole month, because I really believe this came out just so beautiful. Okay, so let's first go ahead. And before we get into like the real nitty-gritty of this card, I want to go ahead and stamp my envelope. We're going to use the poinsettia, and I'm using the Merriest Moments stamp set. There is a supply list below of everything I need. You just need to click on it to order any product that you'd like. I'm going to use this littler poinsettia. There's 2 of them in here. I'm going to use the smaller one. They look great layered together also. Their petals are a little bit different. And I'm just going to come up through here, and I'm going to do like 4 of these guys up through the side of my envelope there. Nice. Okay. Now I'm going to take these little dots that they have to go in the center, and I'm going to use some crushed curry. I'm just going to go ahead and add my dots. Just some really nice work here with ink to paper. Now, you know, if you were to get this in the mail, you'd be like, wow, I wonder what's in that envelope, right? Pretty. Just don't see that, you know, everywhere. Okay, now the inside is going to be a cherry cobbler, 5 by 3 3/4, and basic white 4 3/4 by 3 1/2. We'll go ahead and stamp on our piece right here of basic white, and I'm going to stamp Season's Greetings. So I'm going to pick up a little cherry cobbler there, right to the top here, and perfect. All right, wonderful. Now, we want to do a little die cutting, okay? I'm going to move this to the side. I'm going to go ahead and mount this on my piece so that I can just get it out of the way, because then we're going to do some die cutting. This video might be a little bit longer because of the die cutting, but I really need to do all of this with you. So it'll be good, right? You want to sit and craft anyway, right? I've been trying to get my videos down to like 15 to 20 minutes. Sometimes it's difficult. You know, with what I want to do on here and show you, a lot of times, you know, I cut a lot of things first. Ooh, I got a little ink there. Oh, poo. Let me get my Tombow eraser. If you shop on Amazon, there's a link below this video, an Amazon link for this Tombow eraser. You can shop, oh, I got it. You can shop on that link. You don't have to order this eraser. You could shop whatever you like, and I appreciate it. So there's that a little bit. Good deal. All right, now let's go ahead and cut what we need for the inside of the card. Now, one of the things is with this paper that we have to understand here is that this paper, because it is metallic, okay, the front of it is, I'm going to use this little piece here, okay. The front of it looks fantastic, okay, and this is the rose gold, and but the back has a, like, it's thicker, like it's almost like, you can see it, see how it's shiny, okay, so it's a thicker kind of a paper, okay. So when you go to die cut this, you will have to run it through a couple of times. Yeah, and I think that'll do right there. And then what else did I need? I need a little teeny tiny gold. I need a little teeny tiny gold somewhere in here. Okay, all right, so let's go ahead and do this first so we can complete the inside of the card. All right, let me move these to the side and bring the big stamp cut and emboss machine in. And some plates. All right, let's put all of this up here. I have limited space, right? Don't we all? Here we go. It wouldn't matter if you had an enormous building. When you start crafting, you have a limited amount of space. And I'm really good about saving paper, so I like that right there. And I'm going to put this one here. And I'm going to move that one over there. There we go. Okay? So let's run this through. And I knew it. I left a piece out because I was embossing. I could feel it. I was like, it's too smooth. Hold on. So I have the bottom plate, and then I needed the plate too. I left it out. And then I need both my 3s. So we're good. Now we'll go through. I think we moved just a smidge here. Oh my goodness. Let me make this look harder than what it is. There we go. It's because I'm making a video, right? Here we go. All right, now, again, you really want to cut this a few times. And I'm just rolling it back and forth like 4 times. I think we're good. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. Look at that. And that just punches right out of there. Isn't that pretty? Let me move that aside. And let's see, we have this one come out nicely. Our little one right here. Wonderful. And then the one in the rose gold. Right there. That's awesome. And just kind of pull it out. Be very ginger with it. It is detached, but it's because of the backing here. It almost feels a little like plastic back there, okay? So, all right, now let's go ahead and move this. We're going to bring it back in a minute. We're going to go back and forth with that thing. Let's go ahead and complete the inside of our card here. Now, I like to use glue dots when I've got these guys. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, here we go. Let me just come over here. And I have the gold. Now I want to put the rose gold. And I believe I'm going to use my little glue dots from Paper Pumpkin, because they're small and really, really, really flat. Okay, so now I'm going to put this here. I'm going to alternate my petals just so that, you know, well, I said that, right? And then I stuck it right on top of there, just right on top of each and every petal. Okay, just like that. Okay, so that you get a fuller flower, a fuller, more full petals with the poinsettia. Okay, now you can use the other our mini glue dots. They will work. You can also use a little Seal or Seal Plus back here. That will work also. I would not suggest, and you know I'm a big Tombow fan, I'm a big liquid glue person, but I would not suggest that for the back of that because of this gold. Okay, whoop. So let's see, I think I've got my flower a little crooked there. And that's another thing with glue dots. You can always pick things up and move them around. So that's wonderful, right? And that looks pretty, but it just wasn't defined enough. So I was thinking about how I was coloring my rhinestones, and I thought, what else do I have that I can color? And I came up with these adhesive back seasonal sequins, and I'm taking my cherry cobbler, and I'm making one of the white ones cherry cobbler. And I thought it came out fantastic. I need it for the inside of the card, and I need it to be flat. So now these right now are on unorderable status. Can you realize why? I suppose, right? Isn't that great? Look at how that defined that poinsettia immediately when we added that little sequence. But like I said, for the inside of the card, I needed something flat. Okay, let's bring back in the card base. And let's go ahead and attach this while I zoom out, because that is really close. Whoop! Went the wrong way, right? There we go. And let's go ahead and attach this right here in this corner. And now with this, I will use a little bit of Tombow because I'm not on that gold paper. Okay? So just going to put this right here. And that really is awesome for the inside of the card. That's wonderful. Okay, now for the outside of the card, first let's go ahead and stamp our wonderful saying here, thinking of you this festive season. Again, it comes from the Merriest Moments. I'm going to get my pad in here because I'm on photopolymer stamp. I love that. I love a big stamp. Don't you guys like a big stamp? I could decorate around a big stamp really well. So I ink that up with cherry cobbler. I'm just going to come kind of to the top of this, right there. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. And now I've already cut the poinsettias for here. And I have a rose gold here and a gold here. I'm going to use my glue dots. Alternate my petals. And now with this one, I'm going to color a rhinestone. I'm going to take a medium-sized rhinestone right here, and I'm going to color it with the blends. These blends are fantastic. There's so much that you can do with them. And you know, like I've been saying this all week, if you don't have a whole lot of embellishments and you have blends, just order some rhinestones. They're $6 and you'll have all the colors you need. Look at how pretty that makes that poinsettia. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. And and then, you know, it matches your cardstock perfectly. I had to scooch it over a little bit. Now, like this, again, this one I'm going to use one of our mini glue dots. They are a little bit larger right here, if you can even see that there. And I'm going to place it right here and just right here. Okay. Now that's ready. The front of our card, well, when we get everything completed, is ready. Okay. All right. That's wonderful. Now, let me get some of this out of the way. And too, I needed to get all of that done so that we can have enough room to create what I've done over there this afternoon. What a wonderful afternoon to create. It was a beautiful fall day here in Upper East Tennessee again. So our leaves are really changing, and wow, it's amazing. Okay, I think I'm done with the ink. And if not, I can open them again, of course. All right, now, the first thing we're going to do that you want to do is take your gold and rose gold paper, whichever color you're going to use. This is the rose gold. And cut it 6 inches because it's 6 by 6, okay? You're going to cut it to 6 by 4.5. 6 by 4.5. Now, why do you have to cut it so big? Because I want this, I don't want to cheat and cut, you know, you might get 4 1/4 out of it, but you're going to be right up on it, okay? I really want to have enough of the paper to where I can get a really good cut with this, okay? So now you can put this in here and put everything in there and cut and emboss and everything at the same time. But this is thick paper, and I really like to do it this way better. I've even always used it this way. I know it's an extra step to put it through the stamp cut and emboss machine, but I really think it comes out the best. Okay, so now we're going to take this and put that right there and bring this in. Okay, now again, we have, you know, a lot of little pieces here, okay? So we want to run it through a couple of times, okay? All right, so here we go. And we're just going, I'm going to go definitely 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I think we should be good with that. I think we're good. Yeah, I was like, should I do 2 more? I don't know. Maybe not. All right, let's see what we get, okay? And we have more to do, but I want to work with this first. I got to bring that in again because we have some embossing to do, but I want to show you that running that through a few times really helps. And honest, if it's not cut all the way through, you can always line it back up. It will fit in its little slots, and you can feel it drop in and then go ahead and cut it again. But this is cut. It just has to be detached. It's almost like this plastic that's back here because of the type of paper it is. Just kind of has to be gingerly taken away from here. But honest, once you get this done, it is so worth it. It is such a beautiful cut in this die. Here it comes. Okay, so instead of sitting here and breaking all of this out of here, see, because it's just gonna come right out as soon as I, you know, you got to be ginger with it, but you don't have to be, you know, it's not like walking on eggshells, okay? You have to give it a little tug. See? And I'm just kind of adding pressure on my table here and then pulling this away. And as you see, it is just really just, almost feels like it's kind of like perforated as it's, you know, busting away from there. I was going to stop and go off camera. I still might, to finish it up. All right, I'll be back in just a moment, and I will have this entire piece pulled out of here. But as you can see, it's going to take you just a little bit. Put your fingers on it, hold your pieces down, pull it out. Look, I've already got it out. No big deal. I'm not even going to cut the camera off, okay? We've got it this far. Why stop now, right? Okay. Now, there are little pieces and parts that kind of stay behind, so we'll just chit-chat, right? We'll just craft together. And you just want to be careful of what you're pulling out and what you're leaving. Okay, see, you can even look back here to see what should come out. And then just go ahead. Like I said, it's the paper itself that's holding it. I believe I will break away. And let me get all these pieces out, and then I'll be right back, okay? Okay, that just took all of about 3 minutes, and I have all of the little pieces out, and maybe not even 3 minutes. I mean, it didn't take no time. They were all loose. They just had to be poked out, and honest, sometimes if I'm on camera, you know, you get in a hurry, and then things rip, and I didn't want that to happen. This is such a beautiful piece. Okay, now, what we need to do now is emboss this piece, and it's just going to look gorgeous. Here's our embossing folder. And I'm just going to go ahead and just put this in here and line it up, okay? Just line it up like that where it was sitting. And I'm going to close this, making sure that everything is lined up quite well. And it is. It's perfect. Okay, now this is why I had the number 2 plate out, because we need the number 4. Okay, so here's Stamp, Cut, and Emboss Machine, plate 1, your embossing folder because it's 3D, and then your plate 4. And I'm so glad that I did this in 2 steps because of that paper. Okay, so I'm going to go 1, and it is thick, so I'm going to bring it back, and I'm going to roll it again, just to make sure. Bring it back, okay? And wait till you see what we have. It's the embossing that does it, guys. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Wow. Do you remember how just flat that it was? It just looked flat. You know, just and this makes it come to life. Look at that detailed embossing in there. Isn't that beautiful? I love this. Like I said, I'll link it below if you don't already have this. I know a lot of you already ordered this from last year. Now, I have a piece of cherry cobbler here because if you put this onto here, it's beautiful. It really is, okay? But it's like this needs a little something, right? So let's go ahead and use our embossing folder. Whoop. And let's put our cherry cobbler in here. And what I want to do is just get it kind of to this. You see this line right here? This line is just not to make that Stampin' Up! Logo look good. It helps us to line our paper up. So let's do that. And this is a full card front, so it's 5.5 by 4 1/4. All the measurements should be at the beginning of the video for you. I really want to get that nicely lined up. Okay, just like that. Just line it up with that line. It's absolutely perfect. And let's go ahead and use plate 4. And let's go ahead and roll this through. And this you only have to do one time. It's just cardstock. Okay. Get that out of the way. And let's see what we have here. Oh my goodness. And that's just gorgeous in itself, right? Okay. Now, what we're going to do is this is to die for at this point, okay? It's just beautiful. I want this to marry up with my images underneath here. Now, see how I gave that just a little bit of like those little square snowflakes? Isn't that cute? Looks so pretty. You can pop this up with dimensionals, but I want this flat on here. So my suggestion to you is if you're doing this, make sure that everything that sticks out has a little Tombow or whatever kind of glue adhesive that you're using. Okay, every piece that sticks out, because I'll show you why in just a second when we're going to come around the entire project here, the entire embellishment, which is absolutely gorgeous. And you know what? I was right. I watched when I was pulling some of these things apart, the little pieces and parts from here. But it is almost like a little plastic on the back of this. So I suppose that has to be for this paper. For it to have such that brushed look, you know, to create it like that, I guess. So I'm just taking my time and I'm using my tip. Just put like a little dot and then I smear with my tip. Doesn't take a second, right? It's kind of like poking those little pieces out. You think it's 3 minutes, it's actually 30 seconds, you know. Okay, and a little bit right here in the middle, okay? All right, now, you want to go ahead, make sure that you have it to where your bows that are coming out of there are correct, okay? And I'm just going to go ahead and place it right on top, just like that. Oh, that gold and cherry cobbler is just gorgeous together. I got a little bit of glue there. Woo! Okay. I'm rubbing it off of my fingers as that. A lot of times with Tombow, give it a second, give it about 10 seconds. It starts to set, okay? And it gets tacky. And then you can just stick these things down. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Let's take our piece right here and let's go ahead and add our wonderful dimensionals to this. And because we're going on to that gold right there, or I should say that rose gold, I'm going to use 5 dimensionals. And we're almost done with our card. Because see, we got all the preliminaries done first, right? But there's not much to do. When you have a front that's this pretty, there's really not that much to do to it, you know? I'm just letting the product work for itself. I'm putting this right here in the center. Isn't that cute with the stitching? Isn't that beautiful? Ah, I love it. Now I'm going to bring my card base in. And now you could pop it up with dimensionals. I'm going to put it down with Tombow. I see that I have a little piece of gold hanging out there. Do you see it right here? Just that little teeny tiny piece. We'll take care of that in just a second, if we even need to. I don't know. Now, a lot of times when you emboss with an embossing folder like this, you might get a little bit of a white edge around here because the paper does shrink. Actually, this looks pretty good. Okay, now I want to look here. I see a little bit of it, right? Don't we see just that? It's a teeny, teeny bit. I'm going to go ahead and snip it. Just like that. There we go. And it is beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous Christmas card. I love how we could color the sequence right there. All right, guys, this is your card for today in my series with the gold and rose gold specialty metallic paper. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you don't have this set, okay, right here it is in the it's on page 23, Merriest Moments. You have to order it separately. It was in a bundle last year in the mini, but now it's separate. So you have to order the Merriest Moments stamp set and then the Merriest Frames Hybrid Embossing folders. That comes with the dies and the embossing folder. It's a fantastic set. I hope you enjoyed watching me put this together. So pretty, and all of the other cards I did with this beautiful paper. Thanks again, everyone, and happy crafting.